There's one decent one. There's one. Finally. Ooh, that's a nice bass. There's one. Feels decent. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. So tonight I am actually in Lakeland, Florida, and I'm trying to find a place to fish and camp tonight. I've ended up at Saddle Creek Park. There are several campgrounds here, and I tried getting a hold of all the state-run ones, and those are fairly affordable to stay at, but I couldn't get a hold of the number and I couldn't find a way to pay online. So I don't think I'm going to be staying here tonight, but I think I will do a little fishing here. I'm thinking I might end up being stuck camping in like a 7-Eleven parking lot or something. A few miles up the road there is a pretty good sized 7-Eleven that looks like it doubles as a truck stop, so that might be what I'm stuck with tonight, because I can't figure out any legal way to camp here, and it looks like there's probably going to be some kind of security or something patrolling based on how busy this place is. So I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to get away with stealth camping here. I don't know, maybe I'll try it, I'm not sure yet, but basically I'm probably going to end up camping in my car at some point in this video, so that's kind of the rough plan. But for now, like I said, I'm at Saddle Creek Park. This is just a place with a bunch of little lakes and ponds, and I'm gonna try fishing one or two of these lakes and ponds and see if maybe I could catch a bass or two before I call it a night. Of course, it was calm and clear for the last hour I've been in town trying to find a place to camp, and now the second I'm ready to start fishing, the wind picks up and it starts getting stormy. So looks like there might be a storm rolling in, but I've only got about an hour to fish before dark anyway. I've been having some mega good luck in South Florida with this Texas rigged Yum swimming dinger in the color black and blue. So I'm gonna start out with this tonight and see how I do in Central Florida with it. It's a pretty windy day, so it's a good bait for the conditions. With that paddle tail on there, it'll kick up a good bit of water behind it. Gonna go ahead, send it out there. I see some lily pads over there and the wind is blowing right into them, so I'm gonna get out there by the edge of those lilies and see if maybe I could get a bass out of there. Well, guys, I only got to fish at that Saddle Creek Park place for a little bit over an hour earlier today, and unfortunately I didn't have any luck. I might go back there for a bit tomorrow, or I might go try some other spots. I'm not really sure yet. I'll probably stick around the Lakeland area one way or the other, but I didn't end up staying at that park tonight. It just seemed like, there were quite a few kind of sketchy seeming people coming in and out, and I didn't like that, and also I just felt like there was probably going to be some kind of security or somebody patrolling it, since there were a few campgrounds there. So I figured I'd probably play it safe, and I'm actually camping at a Walmart over here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's pretty dark out, but pretty late at night right now. It's been a real long day just driving around. Drove all the way to Orlando, back out here to Lakeland. I'm gonna finish the trip tomorrow after I'm done fishing, but yeah, I'm getting pretty tired at this point, so I think I'm gonna get ready for bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when I'm getting ready to fish. All right, guys, it is about 7:30 the next morning, and I actually slept way better than I was expecting to. I was gonna try getting up around sunup and get out there for the topwater bite, but I ended up sleeping right through sunup. The sun's actually getting kind of high in the sky at this point, so probably missed that topwater bite, but that's okay. I'm gonna go into Walmart in a minute here. I'm gonna brush my teeth and go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna pretty much get back on the road, get back over to the water, and try to catch some bass for you guys. So that's the general plan, but sleeping in this Walmart parking lot actually worked out great. I didn't get bothered at all. There's actually a couple RVs in the lot, so I'm pretty sure they do allow camping here. I didn't really ask anybody, I just did it, but seems like it was okay to do. I actually slept really well. Like I said, I've got this little 3-inch memory foam mattress that I've been sleeping on when I car camp, and it is so comfortable. It's almost as comfortable as my bed. So slept great, didn't really have any problems, and can't complain about last night at all. It went about as well as sleeping in a Walmart parking lot can go, so happy about that. Like I said, I'm gonna go in there, get those couple things done, and then get out to water and do some more fishing. Well, it's about an hour later now, guys, and I'm just getting down to the water. I decided to go back out to the same park, but I'm starting out at a different pond this morning, and I'm gonna start off throwing the same bait that I left off with last night, just one of these Z-Man minnows, and I've got it on the 16th ounce belly weighted hook. I didn't have luck with it last night, but maybe they'll be a little more interested in the morning bite. Let's throw this out there and see what we could do with it. There's one, decent one. All right, let's go. I was getting a little nervous, guys. The bite was slow until right now. Not too bad at all. I will take it. I am crazy happy this thing just bit, guys. After having no luck last night and it being a little bit slow so far this morning, I was getting a little bit skeptical, but this is actually a beautiful bass. Not a giant or anything, but real chunky and healthy. Beautiful colors, just awesome fish. Let's get it back in the water. I was starting to get kind of bored with that swim bait, so I decided to switch it up a little, and I tied on one of these Zoom flukes in the color white ice. I've got it just Texas rigged with a 3/0 spear point wide gap and a 16th ounce bullet weight. This is pretty similar to those little swim baits I was just throwing, at least in terms of what it's made to imitate, but this is a soft jerk bait rather than a swim bait, so it's really the only difference. But I'm gonna go ahead, send this out there, and maybe they'll be a little more interested in this. So I've taken a few breaks here and there, but I still just threw around that fluke for way too long and didn't have any luck with it. So I decided to switch it up quite a bit since they weren't seeming too crazy interested in those moving baits I was throwing. I'm gonna throw something a little bit more finesse, especially since it's kind of midday right now and pretty hot. It actually did start raining, which is cooling things off a little, and that should be good. But it is pretty hot, pretty much midday, so figured a little bit more finesse might do a little better. I tied on this Yum Woolly Bug, I think it's called, and it's a green pumpkin purple flake. I've just got it on that same Texas rig I had that fluke on, so I'm gonna go ahead, drag this around, and hopefully they're a little more interested in this. There's one, finally. Ooh, that's a nice bass. Oh, I got my drink in my net. This is not good. That's a real decent fish. Come on, don't jump, don't jump. Let's go. Real beautiful bass. Hell yeah, guys. That is a nice fish. Let's get it. Man, I haven't had a bite in hours, so I really needed a bass like this to boost my morale back up a bit. This thing is a freaking monster. Actually, one of my better bass from Florida yet. I'm so stoked this thing ate. Let's get it swimming again, though. What an awesome fish. Look at this thing. There it goes. There's one. Feels decent. Not as big as the last one, I don't think, but still pretty freaking good. There's one that. All right, definitely not as big as the last one. Probably about a 2-pounder. I think it's actually the smallest one so far. I will take it though. Still pretty happy with this catch. That's 3 for the day. All right, guys, no giant or anything, but another beautiful largemouth bass. Let's get it swimming again. It's getting pretty late in the afternoon at this point, and I still haven't switched ponds yet, but I finally did decide to switch baits. I've got 3 bass so far. One of them was super nice and the other 2 were pretty decent. Can't really complain about any of them, honestly. But anyway, I decided to switch it up to a 5-inch yum dinger. It's green pumpkin purple flake, and I've got it on a 16th ounce weedless weighted wacky hook. So just gonna go ahead, send this wacky rig around, and we'll see if I catch anything with this. On something small. Is that even a bass? Yeah, it's a bass. It's just tiny. Threw my bait too. Well, this one's the smallest of the trip by a long shot, but I'm still happy a bit. It's been pretty slow, so I'll take anything I could get, really. Let's get it back in the water. I gave it a toss because the weeds by the bank are super thick. I don't even know if it would have made it through. All right, that's 4 bass for the day now, and most of them were pretty decent, so I've definitely had worse days. Really can't complain at all about that. But that last bass threw my green pumpkin purple flake wacky, and I was actually talking to the lady that runs the little bait shop here, and she was telling me that redbug is a real good color for these ponds, and I actually happened to have packed a pack of 4-inch yum dingers in the color redbug. So I went ahead and I put one of those on since I lost that last yum dinger anyway, and I'm gonna try my luck with the 4-inch redbug. Let's get it out there and hopefully I catch another bass or 2. There's something, I can't tell if it's, no, it's little. Man, all the bass over on this side seem like they're small. About the same size as the last one, maybe even a little smaller. Just a baby, but still happy a bit. Let's get it back in the water. I'm gonna give it a toss so I can make sure it gets past these weeds. All right. Well guys, I really was not sure what to expect of that place going into this, because really all I knew about it was that it looked pretty good on Google Maps and I was pretty certain there were bass there. So I went and I was pretty much winging it, but I ended up being pleasantly surprised with how things turned out. It was slow and steady, and I definitely ended up working for every single catch, but I got on some beautiful, really nice quality bass. One of those was actually one of my nicer bass from Florida yet, so I was absolutely stoked about that. I thought it was just an awesome little park, a beautiful scenery, some nice fish in there, and I had an absolute ton of fun, and I'll definitely be back there in the future. But I really don't have too much more to say about it, kind of keeping it short and sweet on this one. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys liked the video, and if you did, please go ahead and hit like, subscribe, comment if you'd like, and that's about it. So thanks again guys, I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.